Welcome back, everyone, to Behind the Grind, episode 9. I've actually recorded this episode like 5 times, I think. Literally 3 times, though. And like, once the audio was bad, 2, I just didn't like how it came out. And then 3, I can't find the file. I cannot find the file. I did 9 and 10, and I cannot find it. But it's all good. It wasn't really a great session. Um, so we're going to start off with some NL10 today. I'm going to keep up a little random notes section that I've had going. This is like something that I feel like is a good thing to do in general. And these are notes that I'm happy to share with other people, like just things that I've been thinking about randomly, trying to stay on top of my game. So I'm noticing a 70%er right there, but this guy kind of took the seat that I would want to have. But this person sucks too, though. So like maybe we can still make it work. Ooh, 67% as well. Like I feel like we gotta just. Oop, oh. Now we're good to go. All right, so I'm gonna post my BB out of position, even though I was just telling the homie not to, just because we are short-handed, so it's less of a detriment. Sorry, like funny boned my elbow the way I sat. Oh, I've been having a little bit of arm pain lately, so I gotta be careful the way I lean. But yeah, I was like, don't post under the gun, basically. But when you're under the gun and you are only 6-handed or 5-handed, you're not as bad off as posting under the gun 8-handed. So I'm gonna try to, do that. But yeah, let's just fill up our tables and go from there. I will put this to the side like I normally do, but then I will minimize it so that I can keep my notes on screen. Put this right here. Use my scroll. All right, so let's just open up 3 tables more. Get the 4 layout going. But one of my notes, if you were reading it, was to not play too many tables off the rip. Like I don't have to jump into 4 tables, but because I'm making a video, I'm doing this whole thing, and I do need to get hands in. It is currently Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve to everybody. And I am at 55K hands, 55,261. I want to get to 60K before the first. That's my goal. So I need to play at least 1K a day. All right. They limped. We're going to give them the 67 action. Just jump right in. Any questions, you guys let me know. But I'm not going to go super in-depth if I think it's a relatively standard spot, or standard decision, I should say, because I want to keep my stamina maximized. I think we're just going to take some of these tables for the sake of poker. Good flop here. Very draw heavy. Going to size up, not quite over. Yeah, like pretty much like right around pot is good. Can decide on the turn. Oh, like something feels off. Feels off. All right, let's go. If I should 34%, 23%. Yeah, we're good on this table here. This was a 30, a 53. I guess we'll take this. Like some of these are like okay-ish, but they're not the best. But just to get something going, I think. No, you know what? We'll be a little more selective. We'll be a little slower too. Slow and selective is fine. But yeah, we'll start off at 10. Maybe we will play some 40. I keep calling it 20. Maybe we'll play some 40. But I'm not going to rush into anything. While I do want to play a lot of hands, I don't want to just blast through all my energy today. Did it finally stop raining? It's been pouring here in LA, which I know is weird. Check call once is fine here. Backdoor straight draws on both directions. No diamond draw is unfortunate, but we can just kind of peel one off. Check call is tough on the river because 10 does get there, although a lot of draws miss. 8, 9 miss. The clubs miss. It's really just, do we want to keep modest or not? They didn't bet the turn, so they probably don't have a king. Like, do we want to keep modest or not? Sure, why the hell not? Why the hell not? I feel like those spots are very, close. Like, all the draws missed. Tells us a little something about the player. 31K hands on him. It says, Dan from Finance plays relatively straightforward. Who would have guessed? A straightforward name, a straightforward player. They bet on the flop when they had it. They checked on the turn when they lost the top pair ranking. And then they bet on the river when they had triples. Amazing. All right, give them the 420 action. And, ooh, middle pair is good enough to bet for value against this player. For sure, for sure. If they bet into us, we can also raise for value. I was just gonna say, because our hand's just so like, it's like the very bottom of like a good value betting situation, you know, like it's like middle pair, but like top kicker. So there's just a lot of hands on this particular board that we can bet for value against. So pretty easy spot to just kind of bet, go. Bet, go. Scroll up to the top to reset. As you see, like it says, it refreshes the table. So you get like the most accurate counts and everything. Fold there. Fold here. Check you, check you, check you. Nothing great. Nothing great. Ooh, 79, but small VPIP. Or sorry, small stack size. Okay, we'll take this. This is good. This is good. We got 2 seats to our left. Well, really 3 seats. Oh, hold on a second. Change my mind. Stand up. This one. Did this guy... Okay, that's fine. We're so good. This guy just left too, but it's like, no, that's fine. We want this seat, this seat, this seat. That's perfect. This way we can have position on the 64, and then 2 seats to our left. When we're on the button, they'll be in the big blind. We will have position on the 79% there, 79. And then when we are in the cutoff, we will also have position on them as well. So good spot. All right. What are you? 54-28. That's almost worth sitting down for, honestly. This guy's pretty bad, but I'm gonna just like, I like to go off of more the math of it. Like there's not that much out there. My hand's not that great, so we'll just give a medium size open. 6-7 I would reserve for like a bigger open, more people in the pot, yada yada. Normally I like just kind of bet here, but I don't really see a need to bet here. I can just check back and use my equity. I have showdown value. My hand's like probably better than his. I think against 2 checks, now I'm gonna bet because like there's draws I can get value from now. Like there's 6-7, there is like 5, 3, 5, whatever. I'm like trying not to say 6 all the time, but just it comes up in poker. And then I'm also like spades, of course. So there's just more of a reason to bet the turn than there is the flop, I would say. And I'm not considering calling here in the slightest. I'm just trying to think what I think they have. And it's like probably an ace, just based on the sizing. But like a flush just makes more sense. So it's just a weird sizing for them right there. To bet so big on the river. All right. Set mine here with the 5-5 is like the easiest play in the world. Find a 4th table is on the agenda, but it's nothing that I'm like rushing into, you know? We'll find one. It's all good. I'm not worried about it. There's actually going to be a long session and a long video. Not going to cut this one like I normally do. We're going to leave it to 1 session of video, I believe, is going to be my new way of doing it. It's just easier for me. And then also, if people want to see the whole session, they can just watch the whole video. And it's kind of like, I don't know, jumping into the session midway is a little jarring if you haven't been paying attention. And from like a YouTube perspective, it's just kind of tough to expect people to do that. This is kind of a baloney situation. I don't love it. Like, everything sucks. Folding sucks, calling sucks, raising sucks. So like you just choose the one that sucks the least. And I think that like folding sucks the least here just because you don't know 100% if this guy's going to come back over the top or not. But they're like the biggest reason to play the pot because you're a little bit deeper with them than you are with them. If they had 200 BB, I think calling is fine. But as played, folding is also fine. This was table 74, so let's just make sure to not go back to table 74. Boop. Oh yeah, take the seat. I don't even care, right? Just check, 100%. Yep, yeah, check the seat. Finally, there we go. All right, so poker stuff. I have been on like, I've had a rough December. I've had a rough December. I was looking at like my stats and such, which are like only graphed manually basically, because like I don't have a poker tracker for this. I don't, obviously, you know, there's no hand histories that get saved. But yeah, I'm like barely up on the month, just a little bit, and it's been like super swingy, and it's honestly all been like really due to like one big swingy session. Sorry, I got to make it a little bit bigger here, size up. It's all been like one really big swingy session that if I like didn't have that one bad session, I'd be up like a little more, like 400 or 500. But as of like right now, I'm only up like 1, 2 barely. It's just bet small and try to get this guy in because he has so much nonsense that we're trying to get value from. Like, of course, we can bet big and like get value from all the good hands that we want to get, but like we want to get value from ace high here and queen high here and like some stupid nonsense. You know, like if he gets there with 4x, he gets there with 4x. And you do kind of like want to charge draws more and this and that, but like, bro, he probably didn't have like, I mean, look, he folded to like a quarter pot bet on the turn, so he probably had like absolutely nothing. And they just shove a lot of the time when they have like something decent, so you don't got to worry about not getting value. It's all Gucci. But yeah, we're gonna do this for as long as we feel. But you know what I am gonna do as well today is probably play that that mystery bounty tournament, one at 5 p.m. my time. I think flatting here is probably the way to go, and then if this guy jams over, you just kind of like begrudgingly fold. Kind of like is what it is. If he calls you, or sorry, if he comes over the top, you begrudgingly fold. And like you don't have to really worry about them calling because like, dude, it's 50 big blinds. Like they're just not going to be putting. Sorry, I was trying out the BB look. It's 50 BB, so it's like you don't have to worry about them just like overly committing there. I can call here. I can play here. That's poker. Excuse me. I can play little cards. I think call is fine. I think 3-bet is also fine. I think 3-bet is better. I actually like floating. That's a big bet, dude. That's a big bet, bro. But I do like floating here. Still gonna float. Bro, that's tough, man. Like the flush gets there. This gets there. That gets there. I don't know. Can you really bet again? You can really bet again. Wow. Like, I want to jam over the top of them because it just doesn't feel like they've got, like, I mean, they were happy with the flop. They were happy with the turn. They're happy with the, you know, I'm going to fold them and check. I'm going to fold and check, but they really, that's exactly the fucking hand. Here's the thing. Here's the problem. That's exactly the fucking hand that it felt like they had, because to bet on that turn is like, really? You really like that turn? You know, you like pre-flop, you like flop, and you like that turn specifically? Hard to believe. My only concern, though, is I don't know if they're going to fold. So, like, even though I've talked about this before, like, I feel very confident in knowing where I am in the position of a hand with somebody. I just don't know what the fuck they're going to do with their cards, you know, at the very end. I have no idea if they're going to fold their ace high there to a jam, if they're going to call their ace high to a jam. I really cannot tell you. So, yeah. Cannot tell you. Gutter, backdoor, yada yada. Think double barrel is fine, even though it's only the gutter now. I think betting 1/3 here is fine. Oh my god, bro. Lucky freaking me. Well, bet the meanest number I can find. He calls. I think we can check react here. Slash, like, even maybe bet for value on the river if he checks behind. Nah. Let me, like, there's just no chance, bro. There's no chance. I actually think I'm going to fold and check twice in a row, which is like, I don't really do this very often. Yeah, I just didn't feel it, bro. It just, nah. Like, what are you bluffing with there? Like, what do you call with pre, call with on the flop, and then bluff on the turn with? Like, there's just nothing available. There's nothing available. We got so lucky on that hand there, just to barrel and kind of get there. Backdoor. I'm not gonna lie, and like this is like semi-embarrassing to admit, but I kind of forgot what the action was pre-flop last hand. Oh, he raised and I dunked in him. That was super fishy. That was super fishy. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't remember how the pot got so big, so I'm like, I'm just gonna bet here because I kind of can't remember in real time. Which is another reason why sometimes you should be playing less tables. Literally forgot the action mid-hand and got bailed out because the board bailed me out. He probably had an ace. No, he didn't. He probably had jack. Because why would he fold an ace on the end there? Yeah, probably like jack, queen, king. What was it, 59-19? Maybe not even then. I'm actually kind of curious. Do you guys want to see? I kind of want to see. 9 BB fold here, check here, actually. What did he have? He had king. Wow, good for him. Good for him. So it says that our bluff would have got through if we went for a triple barrel, but I probably wouldn't have gone for it if we didn't get there. So bad hand on my part. Behind the grind. It's all good. It's not a problem really to make mistakes. It's just a problem to like not acknowledge them and then try to correct them in the future. You know, because everyone's human, everyone's gonna make a mistake. I think our fish left on this table, so we're gonna give it to our BB and then bounce on out of here. Ooh, what about this one here? I don't think we were in the big blind this hand, were we? Maybe we were. I'll play one more over here just to be 100% sure. Once again, wasn't paying complete attention, so that's on me. Let's see. So we actually have to like reset a lot of our tables. They all kind of suck right now. 1,000 big blinds, huh? Let's see. What are your odds of you coming along? Pretty fucking high at a 55-19. So flatting here is like, speculation is great when you have the button, but when you're like almost, when you're very unlikely to be in position, like this guy's going to call a lot when we call, it's just tough for us to call. Like if we know they're going to fold, then slam dunk call. I think we go min raise, leave table. Yes, that's a good combo. Excuse me one sec. All right, call there. 6-7 there. Leave the table. I think we just check here out of position. Don't want to like donk and be silly again. Gonna overbet the pot on the turn because this board heavily, it just has so many draws, you know? So many draws. I am going to wait and fold there. We got bet, we got call, we got call, we got call. I think we could do whatever we want here, bro. I think applying pressure is good, and I think calling is also good. So let's apply some pressure. Let's try to just win the pot with a pair of fives. I like that option because it's going to be like as many outs as we have. I swear to God, it's still going to be difficult to actually win this hand via equity. We'll give them the little ISO. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to try to probably check it down at this point because the pot is protected. Never mind. We're going with it against a 33%. I think we got to just like bet an amount that we think they can still call. No, I go like, that's good. That's fine. I like that. Bet an amount that we think they can still draw with. And they're never going to call. I'm sorry, they're never going to shove the river with air. So, like, we just have to try and value bet them here. And I really don't think they're going to call us very much. Yeah, they snap folded. Snap folded. So that's why I sized way down on the river there. Like, the king kills a lot of action because, like, if they had any pair, like, if they were playing, like, 9s, 10s, jacks, then, like, king sucks. But odds are they just had a draw that they missed, you know? Odds are we were honestly probably blocking a higher flush draw, if I had to guess. The call's fine here. Put the king in position. A little speculative, but I'm on the button. I speculate on the button, but not to this point. Four big blinds is too much. All right, so call and then a really small 3-bet. So, oh my God, those, bro. 53, 27% jamming. This guy's still uncapped. That sucks. I think we just have to fold here. But like at the right table, this is definitely a call. But I think this is just a fold right here, right now. This guy being uncapped like really hinders my position. Dang. I want to say AK, AJ. Okay. 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 I like to use the hand reveal feature anytime I'm like genuinely curious because I look at it as I look at these stakes as very similar to small stakes live, you know, like 1-2, 1-3 kind of games. And those games are, for all intents and purposes, like, you know, 15 times bigger. You know, you're buying in for $20 here, you buy in for like $300 there. That's like about, right, 15? Yeah, it's about 15 times more. Even though the blinds are like, you know, not equivalently much, you know, it's like way bigger live. But, you know, just for all intents and purposes, you know, consider the antes and this and that, like the way that we play it, it's like slightly, you know, 10 to 20 times bigger. But they play very similar though. So even though the stakes are way different, they play really, you know, like equivalent. So you can pay 20, 30 cents on this site and see what someone does in a situation that is very similar to how they would react in a 10 to 20 times bigger situation. I think that's a very good deal. That's a very good way to learn the way that bad players play, like to learn how people react to certain runouts, to certain, you know, configurations, and to certain just like streaks that they're on, like winning or losing. And it's just nice to know what people are capable of, because it's not like people go on here and they play completely 100% different poker than they play at the casino. Like, it's still 2-card poker, 5 in the middle. You know, it's not like you can, it's not like there's so many different options. It's not like we're playing, you know, video game poker where you have power-ups and this choice and that choice, and then when you get to the live casino, oh my gosh, it's completely different. No, it's still the same game fundamentally, completely same game. You know, it's just in live poker you have live tells, and you have slower moving action, and you have physical things like chips and cards, and, you know, rotating dealer button, and, you know, you have to like look people in the eye sometimes, and it's just more different. And but the poker itself is identical, you know, for all intents and purposes. Like, there is no difference mechanically aside from the different you know, formats that we play, being like antes and 3 blind, 4 blind, all that good stuff. The only thing we really don't do live yet, like that casino poker hasn't like adapted, which I would wager like sometime in the next 5 to 10 years they probably will, is like having tables with big blind antes as well. Like having, like, instead of the stakes being 1-3, they should be 1-3-3, you know, or like 1-2-3. So you're putting out like 5, so it's like 1-5 basically, but an active 2 is like the you know, the current bet. Now, when I saw that 8 of spades in the window, I was like, ooh, girl. Jack isn't bad either, but that second 8 really kills the whole thing. But yeah, BBA live would be like, you get that going, then like live poker is honestly like it'll be alive for the next 40 years if you put a big blind ante involved. I'm just gonna check here because there's like so many opponents and the board's so middling. If it was like the Jack was like a 5 instead, if we had like the gut shot in the other direction, I'd be way more inclined to see bet here, because less stuff for the opponents to connect with. We are against 4 opponents, so it's just a tough spot overall. Did I stay here when I shouldn't have on table 2? Sounds like it. And on table 3, I am done with this one. And I think we are good here still. Yeah, on table 1, we're still fine. But even without the BBA live, it's still fine. Like, people don't play against the straddle very well. It's fine. It's all good. But you know, in bigger games and private games and this and that, you can get the BBA going, so it's cool. Regular ante live is just like a pain in the butt. That's why they do the big blind ante. Like, accounting for every single player, especially like 7 or 8-handed, 9-handed, is a task. Like, for the dealer, you know, making sure every single person put their ante out, collecting the ante, then dealing the cards, like, huge pain in the butt. That's why they do the big blind. Puts it out every round. All right. Let's see if there's any 40 tables going. Let's ramp this shish kebab up a little bit. It's pretty big fishy right there, but they are out of position to us. 42 and 58. I'm gonna close, saying it so I don't reopen them. I think we flat call here is fine. Min raise, face the, you know, face some resistance, all that good stuff. Check call here is standard. See what they do on the turn. Let's open up. Did I just had 59? I'm silly. Think for about 5 seconds. Check. 20.6. That's a lot of BB, huh? I don't quite believe there's a lot of draws out there. Such a fast bet too. Every draw in the world got there. Every draw in the world got there. Like, I'm gonna fold check, but like some part of me like really does not believe them whatsoever. When someone like happily, like, you liked pre-flop, you like the flop, you like the turn, and you like the river, bro, and you like the river, fine. I'll just assume you have a queen. Show me. Okay, they did have the flush. Wow. But some part of me really didn't believe him, because it's like, here's the thing. For them to be good on that river, or like, let me put it this way. With that line, they're bullshitting on one fucking street. They gotta be. Because the board changed way too much. There's no, because like aces doesn't like that river, okay? Kings doesn't even like that river. Queens doesn't barrel the turn and the flop and this and that like that. So they pulled some bull somewhere along the fucking way. And it's just your job at that point to decide where is it? Is it right here right now? Was it pre-flop? Yes. Was it on the flop? Yes. Was it on the turn? Yes. In this instance, yes, that's where it was. And they did actually get there on the river. I feared the queen more than anything, honestly. I thought they might just do that with QX to try to get value from random 2 pairs and such, which I think is a fine play, honestly. But yeah, I felt the BS in there somewhere along the way. Like, it had to be. Like, there's no hand that loves every street. There's no hand that's the nuts on every street there, you know? The nuts pre-flop is not the nuts on the river. So that's the only reason why I even came close to considering calling there. But it's like there's just way too much stuff that beats us. Way too much. You know, like too many queens. Just too many queens. I think that they can do that with queen X. Although, like, they shipped pretty damn quick, though. They shipped pretty fucking quick. So that really polarized their range. They really polarized their range. God, I'm such a fish, dude. Like, when their range is polar on the river, I am such a calling station. Like, I really, really, really have to get shown the goods there. And people often have the goods. So it's like, I don't know why. I don't know why. I really can't tell you. Because it's such a good spot to bluff, it looks like. It's such a good spot to turn, like, a random-ass hand into a bluff. But, like, the random-ass hand probably isn't betting the flop and turn like that. So, ooh. That's a good spot here. We'll take this. Yeah, 60 plus VPIP. Yes, please. Cool hand, though. Like, that's why I called the turn, because I'm like, bro, there's so many draws on this turn. And, like, they're an aggressive player. They're in position. There's just so much available to them to have, to be betting here. It's not just King X, you know, and if they do have worse value, worse Jack X, we can even be winning there. So that seemed like a pretty standard hand up until the river. I mean, the whole hand was like standard technically, you know, raise, call, 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 call. I think, like, you know, you plug that into the GTO wizard. In theory, I think it gives you the double check mark on every action, honestly. But yeah, so it's like about an hour 15 before the nightly 33 starts. We are gonna play it. We'll commit up to, like, I don't really have any, like, a set number. You can rebuy up to 10 times. Like, I don't give a shit. I'll rebuy 10 times. But I'm not gonna rebuy into, like, a really short stack. So, like, last time I played it, I busted twice. I lost 2 flips, you know, early on. You know, I kind of got into it late though. Like, that was a little bit of I don't. It's unfortunate, you know. I was out. I was just, like, doing chores, and I didn't get back until, like, about. And then I had stuff to do when I got back, and with the landlord, this and that. I didn't get to actually play into the tournament until, like, about an hour after it started. So I started with 40 BB basically, instead of, like, the 100 that you can start with. So I was already, like, kind of, like, not down, but I was like, ooh, I, like, lost a lot of chance. Because for me, like, in these tournaments, like, I don't know what it's like for, you know, live tournaments where, like, the blinds move slower, or this or that or whatever, you know, hour levels, 2 hour levels. Like, online, bro, you miss an hour, like, that's like 6, 7 levels, I think. 5, I don't know how many minutes, if it's 10 or 8 or whatever for a level, but you miss a lot of poker. So that's, like, kind of my time to shine too, like, a little bit deeper stacked. So that was not great, but it's all good. I still felt like I was plus EV, and then I busted, re-entered, busted, and then it was like, hey, do you want to rebuy with 15 big blinds? And I'm like, fuck no, bro. I'll just save it for next time I want to play. The fuck, bro? Like, what? Dude, like, it's so silly. Like, we're just flipping here a lot of the time. Like, I don't know how beat we are. Whatever, I don't care. Let's flip. Let's go. Let's call. Show me your poker cards. Show me your poker cards. Like, why don't we just play a regular pot, bro? You 3-bet, I call, or I 4-bet. I was like, why are you open jamming? I don't know. Fucking weird. Fucking weird. The main reason why I called there was because we're at NL10. I'm not going to lie. If that was at NL100, I probably would have just been like, yeah, fuck it, call. I probably would have considered a little bit more. But, like, it being micro stakes, it's, like, really hard to get me to fold a hand like that, where it's, like, pretty much top of range, you know, bottom of top of range. And, like, that sense of it's like the bottom of my go with range. It's like, yeah, fuck it, bro. What are you going to get me to do? Fold? If I have, like, 10s there, what am I going to do? Fold? Like, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Like, because what if he has ace king, you know? That's kind of how I think about it. Fish boy, fold right there. All right. If this guy jams over me, I'm like actually shit my pants. I'll probably just fold this time, honestly. I don't think I want to flip for 400 BB. He cold calls though. Interesting though. This guy seems a little wild. 37.25 usually isn't like that crazy, but this particular 37.25 seems a little bit maybe they're sauced up or something. It's the holidays, you know. Can't call. Nice bet. Prevents me from calling. What do you have though, dude? Q9 cold calling the 3-bet like that. They're definitely on the sauce right now. It is not a standard play. Got good value from them though before the flop. Let's see. I think 3x is good here. I think we can do what we refer to other people as like a dumber 3-bet. We can do like a small 3-bet, ISO 3-bet. Go a little 3.5 action, just 7x. Oh my god, dude, what the? Well, all right. Fold to the 20 BBs. That 5 hurt my heart at first. I think we gotta fold here too. Bro, that's just too much. 21. Oh, our fish left. No. All right, we got another fish right here, but they're not playing as much, and this guy's a little wild child. I feel like sometimes people's stats are not dictating like their current. Like this guy's not currently at 37.25. They're currently like a 50 plus VPIP. You know, like they're playing every hand. So that's why watching the tables is very important, and that's why, you know, actually, like paying attention to the meta and the flow and this and that can give you a lot more data. I was gonna basically say like that's why playing one table is good, because you catch that stuff way easier, pick up to the flow of the action when you're basically forced to watch every hand. You know, sure you can be like on your phone or this or that, which, you know, of course I never really recommend. Like every now and again you gotta like just kind of break your brain from the flow just to kind of reset and help yourself. Like taking a step away is one good way to take a few steps forward, but I don't recommend it. And if you do just like play 1 or 2 tables and you kind of like watch how the tables are flowing, like you'll notice who's in every single pot. You absolutely will. But like this guy's clearly like on something. Probably got nothing here, bro. You know, like you can just tell they're on something right now. But when you look at their stats, it's like it doesn't say that. So you have to be watching the hands. We're probably gonna open shove right here. See, I fucking knew it, bro. Knew it. Because I've seen tilted players like a million times before. So he's probably gonna open shove whatever right here. Because he's tilted as fuck, dude. Fucking, oh my god. Didn't this dude just have like 700 fucking big blinds? Didn't this motherfucker just have like 750 BB? They drank one double shot, and now they blew it all away. What the fuck, bro? That's wild. That is wild. And on to the next. Don't feel bad for them, folks. If they didn't lose it here, they would have gone down to the convenience store and bought $70 worth of scratch tickets. Don't feel bad for them. They had every chance on this earth to understand math just like everybody else. And like, even if you don't like get it, to be so opposed to the concept of maybe other people know something that you don't, and you should just like take them at face value. Like, you don't need to understand math. You just need to accept it. It's like a religion. Like, no, the numbers are real, bro. Like, you can't play certain ways. You have to play properly if you want to win long term. And some people are like, nah, dude, forget that shit. I'm too lucky for that, you know, or I'm too good for that, or whatever, like whatever nonsense these losing players say. And of course, gonna run a Reddit, bro. Can you believe how rigged the site is? I can't even win a flip. I play so good. I play so perfect all day. That's what they're telling themselves. I guess we call here, bro, getting like 7-1 with the, 2 Broadway. It's one of those things where we're like getting 7-1. We're probably gonna lose the hand, like 80% of the time. Little bet, I guess, is fine. Whatever. It's like so. What it really is, so whatever. Just bet. Yeah, here we just check, give up. Did I make it 5 BB here? Why did I make it 5 BB? That was a big raise. I don't know what I'm thinking. Did I just raw open it, or is there posters? See, I'm not even paying that much attention. All right, let's go. I think check is fine. Bet is fine because we have like the overs plus the backdoors. Really, you're gonna raise me pretty large too. I don't know if any of my outs are good, so I'm gonna fold here. We're gonna go like 12 BB to start. Pretty big open, but there's a lot of money in the pot already. There's already 8 big blinds in the pot, so fuck it. And we're in the worst possible position, so we do not want to make this easy for people to play against us. This is a good spot to just like honestly bet like maybe once, maybe twice. I think 15 is a good spot. You know, we raised pre. We're honestly, dude, this is disgusting, but we're honestly betting fucking twice for value here. This is so gross. And we may even check call the river. Oh my fucking god, we're gonna check call the river. Oh my fucking god, we're gonna probably check call the river. Bro, we would have. Oh my god, I wish they bet we would have fucking check called. Oh my god, that would have been so good with ace queen high to go raise pre-flop, bet 2 streets, and then check call the river for value. It's the kind of stuff that makes me want to play this game, you know? It's why I like poker, is for situations like that. Because like once they called the flop and then we got that specific turn card of a board pairing turn, I'm like, holy shit. Like our hand is actually like way ahead of their range right now. Because they call the flop with like a bunch of stuff. Who knows like what's gonna come on the turn. Like if that river was the turn, then we definitely would not have bet the we definitely would not have bet twice. Just fold here. Sorry, I'm talking and getting distracted. But that's like a unique spot. You don't really get a chance to bet ace high so confidently for value very often. What's your button like? I think we can maybe try and steal this. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. Backdoors. You can't open with the speculation and then like give up when you get a little piece, you know? Okay. We can now give up. Double snap called. We are now free to give up. The flush draw did not go away magically, so people are going to still call with that. The queen is now a snap call situation. Do we want to overlimp King X on the button? Against a 72 VPIP? Yes, we do. Because if the board comes King 6X or 6X, you want to be involved with this player. You know, you are willing to lose that one big blind most of the time for that chance. I would say. Sure, King 6 offsuit fucking sucks. But you're getting like 8-1 and you're in position. Like the king alone is pretty much worth it. Min raise. Just try to steal. To those of you who don't, utilize the min raise more often. It's a good little steal tactic. It's a good little poke. It's a good little open size. Speculative ISO. You know, being on the button would be better. Having a better ace would be better. You know, but whatever. Whatever. And like, I really do not think that when you make plays that are like a little loose, a little like crazy in one direction or another, like even if it is a negative EV play, like what is it negative by? Like, dude, like 0.1 BB, you know, just to open up my image a little bit, like to keep myself entertained while I'm actually playing this extremely boring game. Like I'll sacrifice the 0.1 BB every now and again because it honestly probably will make you a little more money in the long run by just keeping your VPIP up and by keeping you know, yourself in the action. What a fucking turn card. Holy bruh. It's kind of crazy that we got that turn card and we still don't have the nuts. We got this turn card and we still don't have the nuts. What do we think, folks? I'm just going to go for a big bet. I'm not going to go too big. I want to bet big enough that a straight can call and that a flush can call. I do not want to like price out a flush or 2 pair or whatever. I'm sorry, that straight or 2 pair or whatever, you know? Like, and if they had a flush, I think they probably would have maybe raised me on the turn. Who knows? This is a really close EV speculative spot. Like, we're getting like 4.5 to 1 on our money. I think we're actually just gonna fold here. Gonna fold here. Save the cheddar. Save the cheddar. This is a good spot for when you have like something a little more connected. Like, you know, pocket pair is great. Suited ace is good. Suited connector is good. Even like if the hand right here was suited itself, like the suited Broadway is great. You know, like I think King 10 offsuit. No, Queen 10 offsuit is what I would consider the weakest suited Broadway, but King 10 would be like perhaps the next weakest suited Broadway. So even hands like that are fine because they're connected enough, you know? You plug that into GTO Wizard, it will approve it. So like even if you don't know how to like make money through exploits, you can at the very least make money through your raw equity of your hand itself. 4 BB is like kind of a lot, but it's hard to fold to a guy who has a 73% VPIP and an 18 PFR. So we're gonna go 2.5x 3-bet to try to ISO them. We at least ISO'd the field, you know, and we have a good enough hand that we can see bet the flop slash face pressure against the bet. I think 6-7 is good here. Maybe size up a smidge to get value from all those draws out there. Size up a little bit. It's our main target anyway, so I'm kind of glad that they folded. Beautiful turn card. Can't ask for more than that. I actually like that number a lot, but just to make it a little easier for them to call, we're going to size down just a, 2 little slivers of sizing down. Get value from hearts, get value from weaker kings, get value from queen jack, get value from whatever the fuck, bro. It's a 70% player. I mean, I wasn't planning on going 3-3 shove in the river, but god damn, that's such a good fucking river. I think we have to. Like, I think it would be... The poker gods would not forgive me if I didn't go for 3-3s right here. Like, that is just insane how good of a run out they gave us. That is just insane. I didn't really even expect to get paid off there. Yeah, raise. Here, yeah, 77's cool. Jam turn. Like, I'm not fucking around. What a run out on that, dude. Brick deuce, brick 3 on that fucking flop. Holy shit. I mean, sometimes I think the poker gods hate me, but then I try to remember hands like that, and it's like, no, we all get our turn. We all get our turn to be loved. We all get our turn to be unloved. 3-bet, but not big enough to try to shut this guy out. Like, this guy can still call 15 cold, so we're going to make it 15 BB. All right. Plus, this guy's pretty fishy in his own right. Ugh, what a horrible flop, dude. 16 jack 10s out there and a myriad of clubs. So we're just going to bet modestly. Modestly. Like, this isn't like a slam dunk. Oh my gosh, get it in spot, you know? What? Did he pot it? I think he potted it. I'm just going to flat, actually. I do not like this spot at all. Ooh. I'm actually going to check. I want to see again, bro. Like, this is a really, really, really weird spot. This also sucks right here. Like, I'm genuinely thinking about folding 2-pair on the flop, dude. I really am. I'm going to check back here because I have no idea. And I'm going to fold check, dude. I really am. Good raise. And here's the main thing is, like, how do you proceed on, like, any non-boat up turn? Like, are you check calling? If you're check calling, then why not just get it on the flop? If you're getting it on the flop, though, then you're once again up against jack 10 a lot of the time and a ton of clubs. So, like, that was a super exploitable fold. I was exploited that hand. I just don't think it's something that's going to happen very often. I don't think that when you click the reveal feature that someone's going to show the what you call it, the J8. And even then, like, look at how much equity Jack 8 has against us there. Like, we're like, how badly were we exploited in that exact moment? Let's plug the hands in. I had KQ of S, right? Yeah, KSQS. Opponent had JC. Biggest card, really. They don't even need another card, bro. JC8S. All right, and then the board was all clubs with the royal gutter. Like, this hand, like, they don't have 50% equity, but it's close. Like, they may genuinely have 45% equity right now in this situation. Bro, they have 42% equity. That's actually crazy. So, like, that's how bluffed we got right there, you know? Again, a hand that had 42% equity against us. So, fuck it. You know, I'm cool. I'm cool. Like that's the bottom of their, you know, raising range there, I'm sure. All right, behind the grind, I have to run to the restroom because I am I'm on like a very liquidy diet. I drank a lot of protein shakes today, a lot of coffee, a lot of this, a lot of that. And I knew this would happen too, but I'm like, fuck it, bro, behind the grind. So we're just gonna check back here. We're actually gonna try to just get to showdown, and then I'm gonna run. I'm gonna give you guys my strategy. I run, I turn on the water as soon as I get in, you know, then turn off the water. Maybe not flush, you know, BRB. Running. And you come back and you min raise the ace jack. Okay, did we lose an ace queen? We lost an ace queen, it looks like, right? Damn. All good. All good. All right. We wash our hands. And we took care of business, which is the most important thing. So mainly you want to, that's my strategy. You want to like either just sit out or just run. I typically just run, honestly, because it's a bigger pain in the butt to like come back and refine all your tables and this and that. So I'm giving y'all behind the grind. I mean, it's really what it's all about, right? I don't know, dude. That's my thing is I actually don't know. I think that I have to raise here. There's just calling is just calling is just way too weak. They folded. That's weird. That's weird. I was expecting a call from them for sure. Okay. I don't know. Diamonds are a possibility. Ace X is a possibility. But like the first two folding and then this person cold calling is super weird. But I think I'm just gonna bet again and see and react to their. All right, I think check call river is honestly kind of goated because it's like tough to get value. And oh man, if they didn't hit that king, I think we could have got some real value there. Some real value there. All right, back to the grind. B to the G, and I'm not gonna lie, I did only. This is like I can't believe how behind the grind we're getting this episode, but fuck it, I do not care. We're gonna fold here. I did only turn the water on and I turned it off, and that's all I used. So now that I have a moment, I'm gonna go to my kitchen and like actually wash my hands. And like I know that this is all like gross and weird and silly, but it's like, bro, this is poker. This is poker. IPRB. All right, now here's like the real tip. Here's the real tip. You then take a couple paper towels, dry your hands off entirely. I almost wish my hands were a little bit more wet when I did this. Wish my hands were a little bit more wet, so I'm gonna take my soda water over my trash. I'm gonna pour it on here. You know, this is basically a clean paper towel because all I use it to do is to dry my hands after washing my hands. So, and I'm going to take out my glasses and give myself a little refresher. Anytime you can get a little refresher in life, I say do it. Standing up is nice. Deep breaths, coffee, water, you know, vape, smoke, whatever the hell you do to reset, to refresh. Been playing for about 50 minutes right now. It's not a long time, but when you're talking the whole time, it's a lot of energy for sure. Crack your neck, crack your back. Do whatever feels good. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Give me a dry one now to kind of dry my face off. We are behind the grind here, folks. Holy cow. Fold the J4. Do a quick little, I'm going to do a quick little refresh of everything. I don't even care, man. It's about being comfortable, you know? I was going to say do a quick little checkup on all my seats. Person's fish there. Fish there. Big fish there. And finally, big enough fish there. Cool. I'm just going to redo my hair. Be more comfortable. It's all about stamina, longevity. I like to say bandwidth, capability, you know. How much poker can I process today? And I do that via maintaining my human self as well, you know. 420 is fine. Gonna go 4 ways. What a gorgeous flop. I mean, sure, the paired aspect is like, meh, but we have an open-ended straight flush draw. Like 2 outs for the nuts is like pretty cray-cray. The all-time nuts, and there's plenty of other, you know, things that can happen. So fold, fold, fold. All right, and that's a great thing that can happen. It's just a fold, fold, fold. Another suited Broadway, another raise. If they limp, we go 420 again. If they don't, they go sir. Oh, well then, calling's fine. Calling's fine. I think my 3-betting range is like if they go 4x or 3x, I go 3-bet, and if they go like crazy like that, you know, up to like maybe 8x, we just flat call. Maybe like 9 or 10x, we just fold. Here I think we're gonna fold. I don't like calling twice, and it's just it's close. If we were deeper with this guy, like if they were like 400 BB deep with us, I think we could call, but it's close. 18 BBC bet. What do you got, KD? Rehydrate. Get some good old water in you. Take a Jack-10 off. Take a 7-4 off. Take a 10-9. Probably play the 10-9. I can't fold the 10-9 in position. Now I can. So I can kind of get myself resituated. 6-6. Looking to get in for cheap. Out of position. $3 BB. It's pretty cheap so far. What are your numbers? 58-18. I can live with that. Hopefully no one 3-bets before it gets to us. Okay, and you are fine. Perfect. All right, 50 minutes and we're going to enter into that mystery bounty tournament. Let's open up the page for it. Check that there. It starts in, oh, it's gonna say in 40 something minutes or whatever. Just check it down. Who knows? Maybe we have the best hand, even though it's 4 ways, but we could have the best hand. 3 checks. We definitely have the best hand if it, you know, checks around there. No, I did not mean to click that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wish they would just like they do like it's gonna be in this amount of time. It's like, no, bro, can you just like tell me when? Here it is. Okay. It's like, just give me the time frame. 7 BB now. Yeah, I think we like once again, like, you know, it's right in that range. Can't quite fold. Give them the 420 action, and then we'll play the KK and go from there. Gutter, backdoor heart. Not like the worst in the world, but they're probably gonna bet too big for us to continue. It's like, yeah, and too many people in the pot that are like too short, you know, to really play around. I can check and just like play my showdown value. Maybe lose to some pocket pairs, but like kind of just play the hand straight up. I think that there's merit to betting here. 2 quick checks. And if we get like a quick check on the river, I could even see myself over betting. Because like they probably don't have shit now that I think about it. Yeah, they probably don't have shit. Okay, what? Did you just donk full pot or even more than full pot? That's not cool. I don't like that. But you don't have, I mean, yeah, I would say you don't have a lot of money, but like, yeah, you have 200 BB. It's kind of a lot. What? Okay. I'm just gonna put you on like absolutely nothing then with your weird ass line. They both called. That's funny. I thought that when they continued that, at least one of them would ship. 7 BB open, but like they're just too short for me to really consider calling here. Like if they were 400 BB deep with me, then I would definitely consider calling, but no. Checking means that you or posted, sorry, so that this is like a more free steal spot. So we'll beef it up a little bit, 5x to try to just like win this pot pre with the 6 high. Queen. Good. We failed our first attempt, but we succeeded in our second attempt of get lucky. I think betting just like 10 here is fine, and then just get all in on the turn is like kind of standard. Honestly, we can bet a little smaller just to entice them to maybe jam over us with some nonsense. Raise against them because they're crazy. And I'm not going to make it small because they're crazy, so like fuck them. They made it 8 BB. Do you really think they want to fold? Like, probably not. Yeah, that's all. Oh, we can't reload. Oh. Well then. All I can say is I'm lucky that they didn't have more money because I would have stacked off so much more fucking money to that person. So, we're lucky! Woo! Alright, so we got 12 levels for late reg. 54 entries already. This is a mystery bounty tournament. I hate this part. Top 15 players each get 110 chip. Like, fucking taking the money out of the prize pool and keeping it in your tournament economy is, like, so lame. Are we 100% playing that tournament today? I think we are 100% playing that tournament today. It's, like, really the only thing that I like to play tournament-wise because it's got such a massive, upside to it. $33 in, if you enter in a few times, consider up to $100, 3 entries up to $100. That's like, sure, it's a lot of money, but like with the amount you could win, like you could easily 100x, not easily, but you could definitely 100x that, and that's a lot. I mean, if you only enter in once, consider like you could probably freaking 200, 300 extra money. It is a wild event. Now, of course, your odds of doing that very low, but I think that's like one of the fun things about poker is like just having that thought of, oh, maybe today could be like life-changing poker money, Like this could like really boost my bankroll or really boost this. Like I don't know what you're doing, bro. I really don't. I just genuinely have no clue. I almost like hoped that it was an ace that I could just call off their random stuff. Like I just don't know what they're doing, man. I did not hope it was an ace in the grand scheme of things. But like honestly, and I mean I would have lost to it as well, but like if they have king queen and the turns an ace there, that's gonna make them jam even more. So I can't like care about that kind of thing. Like they're just too random of a player. They're just too random of a player. I feel like, oh my god, bro. We could 3-bet for value against this, like, hold on a second. We have to 3-bet for value here. Okay, so they could jam, and we could still, like, get value against them, even if they're beating us. Oh, we missed value against them. That's the person who I really wanted to play against. All right, let's check it down, everybody. You guys both have Jack 10, right? You guys both probably have Jack 10, if I could really, like, just think about the situation. Ace 10. What? Oh, they both had a 10. Okay, one had ace 10 and 2. All right, fine. All right. Yeah, we're gonna 100% play that tournament today. Because, like, why the hell not, you know? I don't play it every day, but it is fun to be in, like, the mix of it. You know, play it a couple times a week. Now that it's, like, good again, too, because, like, it used to be, like, a 40K guarantee, 50K guarantee, 60, like, it would go up, it would go down, but, like, it's been, like, consistently good now. Although the mystery bounty element, like, I don't love, but, maybe even someone like me could win a poker tournament. Try to make it huge, because, like, this dude's just insane. This dude's just insane. I did not size this properly. Whatever. Didn't matter, I didn't get punished. 6 ace. And on the river. 6 ace. Just check it down here. Protected pot, though. It's no side, like, it's a dry side pot, so there is no reason to bet anyway. Like, unless you have value. Okay. He bets 75 into a 10 BB pot. It is all yours, friend. The odds of them having a worse hand than me is low, and when they do have a worse hand than me, it's still going to have, like, you know, before with the Jack 8 offsuit, they're going to have 40+% equity, so it's all good. Let's check our tables real quick. 58%, 58%. Okay, 34% is a no, so we got to leave here as soon as possible. 42. Oh yeah, this guy's a genius. We got to play with him. This guy's a genius. So we can leave tables 1 and 4 actually. We don't even need to, like, refill our tables immediately. We can kind of just, like, taper off a little until the tournament, and then decide from there, like, if we want to add more. Sometimes I just single table the tournament. Like, I only play it, and I'll just chill. Sometimes I'll add a cash game or two. Sometimes I'll play 4, and it'll just be on the side. Because I'm trying to, like, actually grind / get to 60K hands, I will keep playing at least a table or 2 tables of cash, probably. But yeah, you know, I do want to register. I don't want to think about it anymore. Let's register. 33, 33, 33. So this is the one. All right. Cool. Haven't had my poker notes up at all today. I didn't realize that the table would block them as well. Sorry. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters here. Check and rate, or check and raise, yeah, both fine. I'll try to put them, like, off to the side here, because at least you can kind of see them a little bit. But yeah, I don't want them blocking the table. See, betting 2 ways is, like, kind of dangerous here, so I don't want to. But up against 2 limps, or, like, a limp and a complete, like, how behind are we really here, you know, on average? Well, when they both call, probably a considerable amount of the time. But, like, King X isn't, like, the most common thing, but I genuinely think the small blind could just be 5xing us right now. Like, they could just straight up have a 5. This guy could have a draw, and this guy could have a 5, because it's just easy for them to have a 5. I want to say. They had the king, huh? And they did have a draw, but they didn't want to continue. I want to see. All right. So for the last 30 minutes, we've been just getting our ass whooped, which is fine. It's part of poker. Would have potentially called if they call, like, almost certainly, but when they go 5x, no thank you. Oh shoot, my bad. I almost did not leave this table. All right, let's square up and pop in over here, and because we do have 40 minutes, you know, let's just chill for a little bit. Not gonna lie, I hope this doesn't bother you guys, but I have to move this over slightly because I can't see the way that my camera's positioned. I think it's, like, literally blocking my cards. I know. I limp. Thinking. I'm thinking. It's like so mediocre, but it's like, I don't want to fold, but I don't want to raise. Yeah, we're on the button, so we can limp. I think going like kind of chill, like relaxing a little, and you know, taking it easy for the next like 40-ish minutes, 38 minutes is like fine, because there's no need to drain yourself, especially if you plan on playing like a longer session, which obviously we are. We've already been going for an hour and 5 minutes, and we registered for a tournament that won't start for another 40 plus minutes, and the tournament could easily go for 3+ hours. As in, like, we could go for 3+ hours in the tournament. You know, we could also just bust in an hour. All right. Trying to see if the camera can pick up my chewing, because I did not want it. Or not the camera. Camera, can you see me? I don't want to see if the mic can pick up my chewing, because I obviously do not want it to. Maybe we'll continuation bet here. Just because like this board favors us so heavily compared to them. But it is a very, you know, tough spot. They're never going to fold an ace. They might fold a king. They would definitely fold hearts by the end. When they bet on the end here, they're going to have either an ace or they're going to have hearts. Probably won't have a king. When they bet that size, they almost certainly might have actually have a king. But when they bet that size, it's like... Here's the thing that I've like learned to embrace. When there's an obvious hand that they can have that can beat you, just let them have it. When it's like, what the hell do you have here type situation, that's when you look them up. Like right there, of course they could have missed hearts, and of course they could be using the ace to bluff. But like, they could also just very easily have one of the million aces out there, so just let them have it. Oh, big doggy sleeping. Big doggy snoring. Big doggy snoring. You know what? We'll play another table. And I'm going to sit down, actually. Wonder if I can... Nah, that's fine. Oh, you know what I could do? I could just lift it up slightly. Put it right there. That's all I need. Alright. Let's have a seat. I'm like, I am getting tired. So speaking of stamina fatigue, this and that, let's sit down and just chill. Flush over flush is always a tough situation, because you're pretty much 99% of the time drawing dead unless you have the straight flush redraw, which is only one out almost always. And raise is fine here. Probably not going to see bet 5 ways. Wasn't even given the choice. Maybe I'll just put it right down here. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, sorry, I just can't like see my card / my stack, my nothing. I think flatting here is fine. It's like probably gonna lose most of the time, but what are you gonna do? Check, call, keep them honest. Ooh, snap, check back, snap, check back. What do you got, Kevin? They have a chance to bet here, so we're gonna probably have to check, call, keep them honest now. 58% though, and that means they have a lot of hands that they can have in their range here. So easy spot for them to have nothing. We pick up some equity, which helps us when they want to bet, but I'm hoping that they don't. I'm hoping that they just check it back. Tanking. 30 large blinds. We have two options here. We could call or we could raise. I think folding's out of the question. I think raising's a little ambitious. I think calling is not optimal, but it's just fine. It kind of is what it is. Check. I'm sorry. Miss, check, fold, give up. You know, all the good stuff. Almost certainly, unless something happens that makes me think otherwise, but I just can't. I mean, what is his hand? What is his range right now? It's like called pre, bet the flop, bet the turn, bet the river. Like, you could easily have Jack 10, Queen 10. No, I'm sorry, Jack 9, Queen 10, Deuce Deuce. Fold and check is fine. I have to pay 40 now. Oh, I've checked so many times. 8, 9. Makes sense. That's fair. You know, flop was a little bit overzealous, was a little fine, a little stab, a little middle pair bet, and then the turn was just like, oh, I'm there, and then the river was like, I'm still here. That's fair. But yeah, when you check a lot, the price goes up every time. Fold. Check everyone's stats real quick. So we got a 60 right there, which is phenomenal. Cool. And then over here. Yeah, no, you got to leave this table now. Table 2 is bad. Table 2 is bad, everybody. It has run its course. Are we reloaded here or no? Probably should. No, slow to it. Oh, I have to add into my notes that I bought into that tournament. Add into my poker logs that I dedicated money from the bankroll to something else. This is how I keep track of everything. All right. Table 2 is on the outs. Keep that in mind. Close. Try not to like talk too much because I'm trying to save my energy. So if something interesting comes up, I will definitely talk about it. But until then, it's close right here. It's like so right on the cusp, bro. It really is. Like the fact that these other guys are gonna call is like why it's close. But our lacking of equity is why I'm just gonna fold. Suited ace, I think, is the difference maker there. Or if maybe they go like to 7 BB instead of 9 BB. So it's a little more worth it at that point. Kind of a weird 3-bet in general, just like given the sizing. You're not going to get really many folds overall. Like you're never going to win the pot. So I'm curious if it's just straight value for them or if they're kind of like speculating right there with a 9 BB 3-bet over, you know, a min raise and 3 calls. Like over a min raise and 2 calls, I typically go like 20 BB. I think 3-betting is fine, calling is fine, but I think that this person can also call a 3-bet too, so we don't need to really worry about like shutting them out super hard. They can still make a mistake with a weaker hand. We can still be winning, but we could also be losing to, you know, random ace-x. So I think actually checking here isn't the worst in the world. We could have won against a lot of hands though with a bet. That's why betting is nice. I don't think he has a hand that wants to call an all-in. So I'm gonna jam. That's my logic. It's about a 3x pot jam. His snap checks indicated to me like ace high at best, and also a willingness or a lack thereof of wanting to like put money in the pot. So that is why we did that. And I know my line makes like no sense, but when you play against fish, you can do shit like that because they don't really rig you in the same way that a reg is going to rig you. If this guy up front was a little deeper, I think calling him would be okay. But I'm not going to speculate on the button with the queen six just for 100 BB. All right, 26 minutes until the tournament starts. I am winding down, you know, on my content energy-wise, but I'm still going to keep recording. I'll probably just upload this whole thing because honestly, you know, if someone doesn't want to watch, they can just turn it off. And because I'm not really trying to grow this channel, it's more like this content is here if you want it kind of deal. But last hand, I think we'll just go with a quick little MR. Leave the table. Hope it stays like not raining for the rest of the next couple days. Like they said it was going to rain for a long while, but I'm hoping that this break isn't just a little break. Right, we got one call. Gonna bet for value against an 80% VPIP. I didn't even realize that we had an 80% to our left. It's quite nice, honestly. Sorry, I'll call. Like I can see the merit to donking here because like this hits us harder than it hits a lot of the PFR, but I still think that we're just gonna check, and I'm gonna check, see how they react. But I think check, we're gonna see how they react as well. I have a dastardly idea. We're actually gonna go for a check raise, maybe even all in, because they're gonna, no, not all in, but they're gonna bet with their bluffs, and they're gonna bet with their aces that they hit, and we beat a lot of aces. So check raise for value on the river. Snap, hit, and run them. It looked so silly. I forgot that was my last hand at that table. But we effectively took all the fish money. This sucks because I want to call, but I'm not going to. And that's that logic. It's fine, right? Yeah. That's fine. All right. What are my notes? Don't fold pre-flop without, or don't fold or pre-fold without giving it at least 2 seconds thought. So like any decision, don't like click the pre-fold button or don't fold it. At least think about it for a couple seconds. And I do break that every now and again because some trash is just like so trashy that like you can immediately recognize like fold. Like if this was Jack 3 offsuit and under the gun, I feel like it usually takes me about 8 seconds to realize that. So no, I don't give it the actual full 2 seconds, but I do try. Ugh, whatever. Trust your gut most when you have the least clear idea, like when you're in the most foreign situation or when you just have like no true idea as to what to do. Just trust your gut. Utilize the extra time when you're at one tabling, the times that I do that, like right now, 2 or 3 tabling, to see how much of a difference it makes, which like it really does, like for me at least, like just being a little bit more clear and a little more time just to think. I don't realize ever how big of a difference it makes until I'm actually doing it. I'm like, oh wow, I can think so much better right now, make so many more clear decisions without like so much more going on and distracting me. I guess we bet here, like I feel like I would have made a better decision here, on this table if I was one tabling. I would have made it quicker. But I think bet's the right play. You have multiple backdoors. You have the representation of the king X. I think check continue here. Check decide, I think, is the best play. 3, 4, 5, check back. Cool. Really, really hard to get value on the river there. I think checking and almost maybe like trying to get them to turn their 10-10 into a bluff against king X is like the play, because like you're not getting value against 10-10. Or it's 9-9, 8-8, 7-7, but that is genuinely the thing I was thinking of. I was like, if we can, like, what are we going to get value from here? If they want to bet, they might have ace-x, and we can just get the value that way by check calling. Check raising would be very overzealous with 2 pair on that particular run out, straight, flush, yada, yada. So that's cool. It's fine. What's this table looking like here? Where's the fish at? Because everyone's moving around, leaving this and that. I don't like that. We can leave table 3. Yeah, and then I just always have to remind myself, like, no one day of poker will have enough variance to make any difference in the long term, but you can certainly make enough bad decisions to, like, dig your way in a big hole, like, meaning you can, like, tilt your way, you can make a ton of bad calls, ton of bad raises, reads, whatever. You can really, you can't variance your way into, like, a huge hole in one day, but you can really make yourself a ton of bad decisions into a huge hole, I would say. So, and if you do variance that way, like, it's variance, it's going to come back to the other way, but bad decisions are bad decisions. Like, those are kind of forever your fault. So it's just this big one right here just to remind me that like no one day or session or hand of poker is that important. So don't let it tell me, don't let anything like that affect my mentality, and just keep going strong. I only write that one because it has been a rough December overall. Like we've had a lot of negative variance. Probably my worst month since coming back to poker, for sure. Like, which is about a year ago, which was about last December. So about 13 months overall. But yeah. And then I do enjoy playing less tables. Like it does add to the experience. So I want to play 1 of tables more often. It does not always have to be 4. It's just my last note there. And if I think of something new, general, random, I will just add it. Like I try to add them like when they come to mind. It's like, oh, I've been doing that a lot. Oh, I've been doing that a lot. And then it's also like, well, at a time like this, I haven't added a note in a little while. Let me think of something like, what do I need to think about more actively on the, on the poker side of things? This is a really close one here. I think we'll fold the 8-10 offsuit. What do I want to do more often that I feel like I've been lacking in a little bit? Wow, 74% just sat down. I want to just keep the grind going. Just play. Just keep the grind going. They might just jam over me with some nonsense, which is fine. Just keep playing, man. Just keep getting those hands in. We're doing a good job of that today. We're going to play now. We're going to play the tournament. We're going to keep playing poker. C-betting here is like super strong. C-bet jamming is actually like unbelievably strong. There's like 1.4x pot here. There's 9x pot there. I like the C-bet jam just to put on max pressure, because sometimes they miss this board and they fold. Sometimes they hit the board and they call and we have backup equity. Sometimes they hit it really hard and we have next to no equity, and that's okay too. All right, 18 minutes till the tournament starts. We have pretty mediocre table 2 here. And I'm sorry, table 3. Okay, no. This guy just sat down, but they have a pretty short stack, so... What are we at now? 55, 535. Good spot here to try and set mine. A lot of weaker players here. 46 VPIP, 46 VPIP. You know, this guy is pretty standard, but a set of deuces is going to be good against anybody. Go 3x with the suited queen jack. Just check over here now. Almost certainly just going to have to give up against any action whatsoever. Unless, of course, someone bets like 2 or 3 big blinds, something like really silly. Can never really call here. Could I be drawn dead? The pocket threes to 9-9. I think calling is pretty standard here, even without the caller, like in between to juice up the pot for us. We'll chill for like, 10, 15 minutes. We'll see. Catch our breath a little bit. Gonna just check as well over here. Fold the A7. Tanking before you bet. Some people do that to try and make themselves seem weak. I don't read it for weakness. We could try to speculate, but with the backdoors not being like there's no backdoor spade or anything for us, and there's a flush draw on the board, like both those things working against us is like kind of rough. If there was a flush draw on the board and we had the spade backdoor, that's fine. If there was no flush draw on the board and we could just like cleanly hit our 2 pairs or whatever, that's also fine. But like not being able to even hit the clean 2 pair, no backdoor flush draw, it's like that spot's like close, and we can fold in there. And those really are the difference makers in those situations. Ooh, I'm gonna play on my phone for a little bit because I need like the mental reset. This is kind of like what I was talking about before. Like sometimes like it's okay, like literally like play bad poker, like just to not focus and to autopilot. And like it's better to do that than to play no poker, honestly. All right, let's go read what has happened on the news tab. I like visiting the news tab on Reddit because I feel like it keeps me informed for like the medium, 2 important things that might have happened throughout the day that I completely missed because I was focused on my own life. But half the time it's just complete nonsense. Nonsense. I will min raise here with the A6 and the cutoff because we really want to play pots with the BB. Table 1's probably going to break. But I don't typically leave in these short-handed situations. Top pair, top kicker. Let's go. A few draws out there. I'll bet 75% pot. Pretty awful turn card. Gonna check back, react to their action on the river. Pretty awful river card too, because now even 8-7 gets there. Can I squeeze value out from one of these players, bro? It's not really worth it, man. It's not really worth it. The answer was no anyway. Five BB. If he calls, we make it 6-7. He raises. We just call. I don't want to blow the pot out of proportion, letting him reopen the action. When I could just flop a set on him. Potentially. Miss set, easy fold. Apologies for the boring time, but like I need to do this kind of thing even when I am recording just for the sake of maintaining enough stamina to actually play for the next potential few hours. And like during the tournament time, like when it goes on break, like I will probably like get up and walk away from the table and everything, or from the desk and everything. We're in kind of no man's land here. We don't really have a ton of showdown value, but we don't really have a good spot to bet. So we kind of just have to like, I would have just checked back, honestly. But even in that spot, I think size up a smidge just because we're out of position. I was trying to get that button, but it did not work. Weak ace. I don't know if we can get 2 streets of value, so we might just go for 1. I like that idea. Deuce on the turn is pretty nice because it's like not the easiest card to hit without having the ace already, of which is like that is severely blocked right now. I think call is good. I did consider raising for a moment there. We did check back the flop, so our hand is under repped. I'm gonna bet small. It's in the off chance they have like JX of hearts. I can't resist a call down. Wow, we got lucky. Lucky. Oh, might be. I don't know why. Oh, because I didn't see the pocket add to my stack. I thought I was at 180 BB. Check. Let's make it the meme. $133 on the recording. I'm beat already. Any merit to maybe taking a 10-minute break? Coming back. Recording then. Tournament time. Kinda, yeah. I could see. All right. Yeah, I could use a little disconnect. Let's do that. 10-minute break before the tournament starts. We will cut this recording, and then we'll make the next one in the next session. So this has been Behind the Grind episode 9, hopefully for the final time. I've recorded this several times. That's all good. It's all content. It's all poker. You got to play the poker anyway. Whether it gets recorded or not is just a secondary benefit for me. Big decision here, bro. 2 big blinds. Take all the time you need. It's almost a whole quarter. Yeah, buy time for sure. I think they might have actually disconnected. Because I've talked about this before, but whenever someone comes back with time, but it's only 7 seconds, I think that's a disconnection. See, and then they left. It's a disconnection courtesy because the buying of time gives you, I believe, 10 seconds. All right. GG's, everybody. Let's play this last hand. We'll check our BR, factoring in the fact that we have a $33 cutout from the tournament. We started at, I want to say 41.21. Call this, play quickly so we can get onto the quick little break. All right, just check fold. Yeah, we were at 41.21. We are currently at 41.27. That's huge, bro. So even though we have the tournament, so we basically made 33 plus 6, so almost 400 BB. Very nice, very nice. All right, so I'm going to be back for my next session very, very soon. In about 7 minutes, 6 minutes. All right, GG's, thank you all, love you all, and I'll see you all very soon.